Hello, my name is Gracia, and I am technically a Gen Z parent. I am 23, was born in 97, and my baby is 2. And I am making this video out of concern for his generation, which I'm technically a part of. I kind of feel like in between. First things first, you have to kind of understand the differences between these two. I feel like a lot of people still don't understand. I would consider millennials the generation that kind of got fucked with student debt, and they did have cell phones, but not as young as we did. I mean, I remember getting my first cell phone, but I can't remember getting my first computer. A TV was, there at my house when I came home from the hospital. I did watch cable a little bit as a younger kid, but I definitely grew up on streaming as soon as YouTube was a thing and Netflix. I can't remember when I was granted internet access because, like I said, there was always a computer there. I didn't use the internet as a 6-year-old, but I feel like that's when I first started playing with computers in general. It was mainly PC games that my sisters had downloaded, and they were all learning French, and they used to like put these CDs in the computer that would help them pronounce words, and it would quiz them. And sometimes I would literally do that for fun, like je ne sais pas parler français. Anyways, by 5th grade, I had a MySpace. I think I used pictures of Miley Cyrus. I did not use my own face, obviously, which is great because no pedophiles came for me. By 8th grade, maybe by 7th grade, everyone in my grade knew who or what the Two Girls One Cup video was. Like, we all had certain things we referenced, certain things like you had to know about. I mean, I guess internet culture is what you can call it, but if you didn't know about something that was going on the internet, you were an outsider by that point. And I just can't imagine how much worse it is nowadays. So I feel like we got less censorship than millennials did because the internet is literally like, it's infinite. It's infinite knowledge. I was using Omegle in 7th and 8th grade, and some can argue that this was all my parents' fault. Duh, yes, there's a bunch of failed parenting techniques that we are still using. Makes me mad. It's not even just the internet. I feel like even the movies that we were watching, like I was watching Mean Girls at 7, 8, and that's not the most kid-appropriate movie. I feel like a lot of Nickelodeon and Disney movies, whether they're rated PG or G, have a lot of underlying themes of either sexism.
Although, come to think of it, I've never thought about it before. Sewing shadows, I mean. Of course, I knew it was your shadow the minute I saw it. And I said, and not miss it sooner or later. Don't you agree?
Girls talk too much.
Yes, girls talk too... Oh.
Well, get on with it, girl.
Sexism, some type of trauma, and then some have like almost like sexual tension in them. Like, tell me why in The Lion King there was romance between these two lions. Like, I don't know. I feel like all of the stuff that I consumed and music videos even kind of encouraged me to be sexual at a young age. Maybe that was normal for millennials too, but I feel like kids are getting exposed to this stuff younger and younger. My mom was 19 or something the first time. In my generation, I'm thinking of Superbad, I'm thinking of all those movies we grew up with. I feel like it was more acceptable around the age of 17 or 16. I can confidently say that there are kids nowadays having sex at 12, 13, and I'm speaking from friends, siblings. Obviously, there's a freaking YouTuber that just had an abortion at 14, and I'm praying for you guys. I really am, and I'm a part of you guys. I feel like older because my baby. Whether it be sex, whether it be violence, whether it be just certain subliminal messages that kind of like, and you can do more research on it if you want to. Like I said, the internet is infinite knowledge, but a lot of these had like certain underlying themes. Like, I felt like I grew up with internalized misogyny, and I just think back at all the friendships that I feel like I could have made if I wasn't just so hateful or envious towards other girls, because I feel like You know, it was always girl versus girl or like some fight for the guy. Like as a female, I feel like it made me, the way that I looked was just up here, whereas those things were kind of down here, you know? Maybe I'm just easily influenced. I don't know. I feel like a Gen Z, we're also fucking depressed, right? We're all fucking depressed. We all have some type of mental illness that we are self-medicating, whether it be with alcohol, marijuana, freaking that one time you roll once a year, LSD. Like there's certain, and I don't have anything against these drugs, trust me, but I feel like because they're illegal, because they're not regulated, it makes them, one, hard to get, two, risky to take, risky to have, and three, there's no regulation when it comes to dosages. And I mean, that's on them. But I feel like a lot of parents had or felt like they had this safety net of, well, my kids don't understand, when I watch something like Austin Powers. No, trust me, even though we didn't fully understand, I feel like it did affect us. I feel like it really did. And you can go ahead and like call me crazy. I feel like I'm gonna get called crazy or something, but my mom didn't grow up with a TV. Like she can remember the first time she bought one. She wasn't just consuming media all day. She is only 56. What I'm trying to say is that we have lived our adolescence differently than our parents, and a lot of us haven't even seen the consequences of it yet. There's still research being done every day on how media affects us. Like I said, you can look up subliminal messaging and things like that. I have recently been listening to positive affirmations and certain subliminal music. It's made such a difference in my life, I mean, besides therapy. But all these things are affecting me positively. And if these things have the power to do that, then I think that it has the power to do the opposite. Media has the power to affect us negatively. So I don't let my kid watch that stuff because you can't unsee something. And I don't know, I don't like to show him stuff I haven't seen. Like there's just weird violence, like even in old cartoons that my mom grew up with, like Tom and Jerry. Everyone knows about that weird suicide episode. And yet, why are we showing our kids and trusting the same people who made that stuff to make stuff for our kids? It doesn't make sense to me. Some could argue and say that, well, like there are kids that have lost parents or something like that, and it's something for them to relate to, but I just can't help but like the conspiracist in me is just paranoid as hell, and I just wonder if they're trying to desensitize these kids to certain trauma, or I don't know. I don't let my kid watch that stuff. I really don't. I know, crazy. What does he watch? Educational stuff. So I don't know if he just likes learning because it's his personality, but I can't help but to think that it's just because I instilled it in him at a young age. And I realize that I can't protect him forever. I feel like some people are gonna be like thinking of me as like Phoebe's mom if you watch Friends.
Phoebe, I don't think your mom would want you to see what's about to happen.
The end. Yeah, he's gonna be exposed to this stuff eventually. Don't feel bad for him. For me, the issue and what I'm trying to prevent is having him exposed to stuff that's not appropriate for him at a young age. It could be traumatizing. I don't want something to slip through because I don't trust this platform to filter everything through, because robots do that job. They're cracking down on it, but still. So one time my sister, like, she gave her daughter an iPad, I think at 2. My niece gave the iPad back to her and she was like, no, mommy. She loves Peppa Pig. So she had clicked on a video that had Peppa Pig in it. And it was her being slaughtered by the Joker. And I'm just trying not to fuck my kid up the same way that I was fucked up. I want him to be fucked up in his own way. Don't think it's too late if your kid is past a certain age and you've never thought about it like that. You can totally unteach someone like toxic things that they've learned. I'm literally working on it right now. I just started going to therapy to kind of like change the boundaries and the structures that my parents set up for me that weren't the healthiest. And the ones I set up for myself too. I'm not trying to like blame everything on them. Yeah, I think the media is to blame for a lot of my generation's issues and our stress and our unhappiness, because we sit around just like comparing each other, I guess, like on social media or on YouTube, whatever, you know. as far as like the kids content that kids are consuming on YouTube right now, I feel like there is such a blurred line from reality and what's not reality. And I feel like as parents, it's gonna be our job to explain to them those differences. Like I said, I could be paranoid, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm not gonna raise my kid to be overly sheltered. No. I think we need to remember that our brains release dopamine when we do certain things, and that's what makes us feel happy. And if we have something in front of us all the time that's stimulating that, it's going to be very, very hard to get happiness from normal day-to-day experiences, and it makes us feel very empty. And I know a lot of people have said this. I know this topic is trending, so I really want to keep it going. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know your guidelines. Can your kid watch whatever they want? Literally, I'm not here to judge. I'm not a judgy mom. I'm not a normal mom. I'm a cool mom, right? Okay, no, yeah, but I don't judge. Let me know what you think down below. I really want this to be like a discussion in the comments, because I'm concerned. I'm really concerned, and I could be paranoid. Like I said, see me as Phoebe's mom, but she's my favorite character. Your girl's posting like more than one video a week? What? Hopefully I don't get burnt out. I am an INFP. So, yeah, with that being said, toodaloo motherfucker. She say a night come, it's a say a day. Never admit to a hurt.